Friday, baby. 3 days, 3 freaking days after the massacre in Uvalde. 3 days later, and it's getting worse, baby. The whole freaking story is getting worse. There's no time for a family to grieve right now. They're having to put up with the bullshit that they're learning. Those parents that were standing out in that parking lot begging the officers to let them in are having to learn what happened. Are you shitting me? My whole state has let this community down. They've let everybody in this state and in this country down. Everybody from my stupid ass governor, who is just a gun-free nut. Let's give everybody a gun. Who passed legislation in this state, open carry, baby. Everybody get a gun. Yeah, well, this is the result, baby, of that freaking idiot in the Republican legislation in this state. Because they allowed him to buy 2 ARs, baby. 2 of them. Right after he turned 18 years old. And not only that, we find out he had 60 clips. 60 clips and over 1,000 rounds of ammunition. You'd think some flag would have gone off at the gun dealer's shop. But oh no, I'm sure that old boy had a heart on. He's making a hell of a sale. Making all sorts of money. Who gives a shit what the kid's gonna do? 1,000 rounds of ammunition? Are you shitting me? 60 clips? 60? And nobody said shit? Yeah, there's a failure there. But it continues. The resource officer, the guy that we're supposed to have in the school with a weapon to protect all them kids, where the hell was he? Across town doing some bullshit. He heard it on the radio, active shooter at the school. I better get my ass there. And what does he do? He pulls up, it's on videotape. He drives past the shooter who is still in the parking lot. Still in the parking lot. And continues on to confront a teacher. That's when the kid makes entry into school. That's when he makes entry into a classroom. And now we find out that there were officers on the scene. We find out that there were 19 officers in the freaking hallway for 45 freaking minutes and didn't do shit. That the commander on the scene was waiting on a key from the janitor. You had 19 officers. You could have stacked both doors and forced entry at the same time. There were 911 calls coming from inside the classroom. And yet they stayed in the hallway waiting for the magic SWAT team to arrive after they get on all their combat gear. There's a failure in our society that allows this to happen. And this time, it's in your face, baby. Even the cops show up and it didn't do any good. It didn't stop anything. They were too concerned on their bullets. Are you shitting me? You're sitting in the hallway hearing gunshots. There's 911 calls coming from the classroom, and you don't get the message that they're still alive. You just assume, oh, hell, everybody's dead. No sense going in now. Are you shitting me? This is just a disgusting nightmare of a scenario. Everything failed. Everything failed these kids. What do we do, baby? What do we do? We're going to increase money for health, for mental health. We're gonna I don't know, talk about it. That's what the Republicans are doing now. They have a bipartisan committee meeting up in Congress right now. They're going to discuss this shit. They're going to discuss it. Didn't you discuss it before? Didn't you discuss this shit before? What do you got to talk about now? Go in some room and act like you're concerned, like you give a shit. How much money is the NRA paying today, baby? They're meeting up there in Houston today. They ain't proud. They'll stand up in front of God and everybody and say, "Buy my gun." How many gun dealers are in that place today, hawking their new military-style weapons, baby? The NRA is a piece of shit. Donald Trump, the guy who's going to go speak there today, is a piece of shit. Ted Cruz, a worthless, slimy, spineless. My governor, I wouldn't give you two shits for. He's on his way to Uvalde today. Talk about mental health and caring about the community. And let's make sure the community has everything they need. They needed it before this shit. They needed it after your ass saw El Paso. You didn't do shit. It's time for you to do something. It's time for all of us to do something, because our government will not do it. Not in my state, baby. Not in this Republican God and gun state that I live in. While they're all wrapped up trying to save the unborn babies, they'll stand by in the hallway and watch 19 of them shot dead. Sanctity of life? I don't freaking think so. I don't know who the commander in the scene in that hallway was. But he should not ever be allowed to hold a position in law enforcement again. He showed himself to be a coward, and I don't know any other way to say it. Stack and enter, baby. That's what you were trained to do. Fuck this fucking